you for that, Lothar. But it's time for us to jump into game. Some changes on the side of Giants, and we'll see if this is going to pay off, because Mitch and Tom, this is going to be one of the biggest games of their lives.
I mean, yeah, it actually is.
Oh, well, there's a
Not many of them have, oh my goodness.
Coming into this game, one away from hitting champs. One team with two different opponents defeated so far.
They can see the bag. I'm glad they can see the bag, because otherwise it really wouldn't just complete the entirety of the look, would it?
I borrowed it. I gotta say, Lothar has done a fantastic job dressing me here today.
God.
I'm ready for the disco after this, Tom. We'll be coming
they
along.
can't even see the roller skates. That's the crazy thing.
They can't. It's incredible. Anyways, let's have a talk about this matchup, Tom. I mean, look, the former Kingmaker now looking to wear the crown himself. Koi have got a fantastic opportunity on their hands. I mean, I don't think I've seen a team struggle against the majority of teams in their region, but still make it so far into the tournament. But the changes they made coming into LCQ have paid off.
But that's the crazy thing. If they win this game, that will be the third.
Any maps worth watching from today? Honestly, yeah, I would say both of the Zeta games are pretty interesting.
For Giants, obviously, this is a huge opportunity for them once again, but they have
both the Zeta games were good.
They were well within their right to make their way through to Japan,
agree with that or not.
They didn't manage to do it this time.
Got Giants on defense, Koi on attack. Let's see. Let's see what we got. We started off with the Viper on attack as well. So wait, we use a different wall than normal, and it's not the normal. It's not the normal one that you get in terms of the A one as well. It's literally just to block vision fully.
It does look like they've got their sights set on the C side. The breach stun coming in.
Oh, they late push middle into this?
Giants want to take the fight to them.
The reactive smoke is everything, but yeah, they just didn't expect to push down middle at all. It's a nice collapse, but Shados is popping, just spinning around, headshotting everyone.
Much longer. Round under threat as Koi enter the 2v3. Will Fatinho go for this?
It's so risky, unnecessarily even. Like, they have an advantage already, maybe just trying to catch them off guard instead. He's given a way back into this round.
UK's pretty fast on this though, from behind.
For sure. Look, they can play the crossfire on this Starzo's contact.
Trex has a sheriff, maybe.
About the long push, but he's spotting it every now and then. He knows Nukia could be coming from here. Timing will be key. Nukia yet to really have a big engagement. There it is. A shot to the head with the sheriff as Trex takes him down. We're looking just to Cloud. See if he can rise above this 1v2. It's going to start with Starzo.
Nicely done in the end from Koi. They bring back the 2v3 into this. Shout out to Shados. There's a 3v5, I guess, at one point.
The initial contact play was
Shados did great.
Just being able to get that paranoia through, the risk taken from Hoodie to create
and then, yeah, maybe
nasty crossfire as they went their way out of the door, and then even having support
maybe they could have played together a little bit better, Giants.
Miracle play, if anything, from Shados, and then you just have that. Just trying to catch them while they're going for the plant, and that just makes this so much more segmented and into a 2v2. And that's the thing, if you talk about this Koi roster, they have so much depth in talent, you cannot give them
This is becoming the most popular buy at the moment, the 4-1. Seeing a lot of that, at least today. Four rifles, one pistol. Again, just allowed one death really. Anything above it is really, really important. Bonus becomes weaker.
Counterpart's hand. Let's see Koi. They were making some early contact on C.
Where's the father?
He ain't here anymore. But he was there the very first time Fatinho tried to qualify to an international event. He met both the
so the wall that they did on pistol was literally just for pistol, just to create deeper pressure over towards A. They'll go back to doing the guard wall. Again, blocks vision.
I still remember
good for B, and it also is kind of just forces you into this area. Main thing of it is it keeps two over towards here. Take a bit of a gamble. Codamenter's trying to feel it out a little bit. Yeah, I mean, he's seen one that's good enough for him, now they're going over towards A, so this is nice. The VIP gets over towards here as well. I just want to keep an eye on how Trex is going to play it. There's multiple ways in terms of him putting a smoke here. Does he have the... Is he doing the lineup for the one-way? Oh, do they have the one-way lineup from short? It took me a long time to find this, I'm not gonna lie. Is it the one-way, or is it on the floor? It's the one-way, and he stole my lineup? Respect.
Yeah, opportunities are certainly going to be waning. Most teams in this position opting just to go down to the spike, but there's a stun being lined up.
Okay, let's see what the hit's like.
And I assume that means they want to drop out of heaven, want to try to punish. There's the stun. Response a little slow as they make their way out, and Shados is able to capitalize on that, each and every one of them being taken down. And now all that's left is
really,
to go
really
down that
nice.
spike. You might lose some members here for Koi.
Yeah, I think they might go down.
Just about get caught.
2.
Okay, so weapons drop
Yeah,
at the
they
end of the
take
day.
that.
Can they recover
That's
them?
actually a bit of a win.
They've lost a
How long,
from
bro?
that, but yeah,
I had to
guess
find this
that
when
actually
you
kind
know
of
now when
works
you're
out
throwing the
alright for
Viper
Giants.
smoke
They're
in
getting rid
in
of
like
a little
timeout
bit
in
of
like
the
the
extra
cooldown.
money.
It has
Now, I will say that
it shows you on the
one of the
minimap.
players was just
Found
playing
this
a
lineup
pistol, so
ages
they'll
ago
be
and
able
it
to
didn't
buy
show me
some
that, so I was
rifles.
just
This is
constantly
actually still
throwing
gonna
it.
be a pretty dangerous bonus. Maybe
Took me a
Shados
long
or
time.
someone else will look to play a pistol in this round. I'd almost want him to have the rifle.
And then they
because he
added
is
that
only
in, and I
2
was like,
orbs
well,
away from
could've
actually
saved a
getting
lot of
that
time doing
lockdown
that one.
online. But this is kind of
Okay,
where
that
we
was big.
expect
In terms
to
of the
see
bonus,
that response
not buying
now
into it too
from
much.
Giants, investing into the rifles on their side. Vitinho even just going to get himself that full shields as well, which I don't know if he's used those updrafts early, but it means he doesn't have any.
Killjoy 2 away. Killjoy 2 away and doesn't have the gun. That's interesting. I'd probably be tempted to give him the gun. Early garage control is kind of nice here as well. This wall at the moment still keeping 2 people, even though they push close again. Even though that you're close, you can't really hold it because it can still go up. And it's forcing them to use the drone. This is the good thing about this wall. Even though there's been no real pressure over towards A, like they just... Because the wall goes up, it creates such a question mark that they've used the drone already and they had a person close that now doesn't feel comfortable with this going down.
Back off the angle. Might just be due to the Viper wall going back up. Realizing that, okay, they might be attempting to try and take some space off of this. Timing couldn't be worse, but he's still going to win the battle.
Yeah, he was smart enough to realize they probably at least heard that drone with the wall going up so quickly afterwards. If he stays up close there,
is there a clip from it anywhere?
Great decision to fall back.
When do we use it? Reykjavik. The
Koi.
run up to Reykjavik,
Response
the
moving
first
through
ever
garage,
LAN.
looking for the
Somewhere there.
C-split. They've already
Somewhere in the
got
VODs there,
players in
Cryptics.
position.
We'll have it.
30 seconds left.
Nukia dodging some utility. It looks like he'll be nice and safe. The snake bite nowhere near him. He's able to punish Koldamenta and double
That's
up for
nice.
his trouble. That is a disaster for Koi, leaving one corner wide open. That's left there round with no options.
Don't know if the
nowhere to go.
Yeah,
don't know if the cam spotted it though, if they were on his POV or not.
Map, but it did almost just look like the second they lost that initial battle, it was just
Okay,
okay.
that was pretty clean.
Run it back in
Is that
the
it?
seaside, hope that we
Okay, that works. That works out well. I like this. 3,000 for everyone. Got armor rebuy. Even, I mean, they still save an okay amount of util, to be honest.
That's
very, very nice. Very clean.
No rifles lost. And on the other side of
What I
things,
think about
and I
Nukia
think the
Sentinel,
reason they saved
he's
is
just a
because
very
they
good
still had a
player.
little
I
bit of
still
reserve
prefer him on the
cash.
Raze. I think he's one of the best Razers, but I think he does great on every role, to be honest. He's just a keen player. He always was. Always was, still is. He'll be able to learn everything. He's just a smart, good player.
On a global stage, and I think, you know, for this guy, he spoke to us over at Lock-In about the pressure from the Spanish community being one of
Will
the
champs
main
have a new
standing icons
agent?
for them at that event.
No, it's new map first, I think.
And he's-
New map, then new agent.
Absolutely. He was able to perform then. Oh, that recon's got him.
That, yeah, no one to shoot the recon on this one.
Vitinho again with the start. Aggressive push in towards the site, though it's the same reaction. We've lost a player on one spot. Let's go pushing into the
Oh,
other.
the Omen
Wolfen
Flash
stop
is nice,
well,
though.
in
Anyone
fact.
to swing off that?
A combination alongside Shados brings us into an advantageous spot, but only for a second. The back and forth continues.
Could use the
They've
smoke
at least
again. Damn,
escaped
bro,
with just the
that's
spam
kind of
from
crazy.
me.
Nicely done
Leaves
from
it all
Hoodie.
onto Starzo.
The recovery on
Buzz
this
goes his
was
way, but
really
the
good. I
trade
wasn't expecting it to go that
instantaneous
well.
from
There's a really
Vitinho.
nice Omen Flash to
Another
actually
decent
allow them
round
out
coming
and
out
give
from
them the
him.
space to enable this,
Giants
but
are gonna level that
yeah, that was
scoreboard.
impressive in the end.
Back to 2-2.
Shout out to
Tom,
Hoodie
I
for
think
just
it's
a
good time to
straight
talk
up-
about expectations
straight up
coming
running
into a
gun
map
on
like
that.
Haven. If you're a squad like Koi, you're mounting your attack side here. Obviously, it's your map pick. What number are we aiming for if you're Barbar?
I'd say you'd like.
I think
to
you're
look at,
asking
like, a
about
7
Deadlock?
mark,
Oh,
right? I
maybe.
don't
Yeah,
think you have to
Deadlock's
be
available
doing
for
anything
champs.
too crazy. The problem is, a lot of the time, you're going to see teams, like for example, when they played versus Heretics, they had a really dominant defense.
Top 5
So,
players to work with based
especially
on
when
work
you're running a
ethic. Honestly, I
composition
don't
that
know.
revolves
This is the
around
thing, you have to
a
ask
Viper,
around
you
to
have a
work out
Killjoy in there.
how
I
good
would lean
people are in
slightly
terms
into
of
the
like that
defensive
stuff.
rounds, and then on the other side for Giants, they've gone back to a very cookie cutter comp. Like, you'll look at it last time, oh, they only got 5 rounds when facing
Damn,
versus
extra
Ferg.
bounce on this. This guy
they were
really wanted to
playing
shoot
with
the
the
recon,
Viper
extra bounce on
Harbor,
this.
I'll be honest,
And they
it
also
was
do the
just
recon that
genius.
lands above, and then they
That
push through
move
in
needed
case he was going to
have.
shoot it. So
See
that's
if
actually
Koi
kind of
can get it
nice from
across the
Giants.
line. A favorite
Got a
of
few
theirs
little,
seems to be splitting in towards this
few little
side,
tricks
putting
over towards
pressure
A that are
on
kind of
players
nice
like
at the
Hoodie,
moment.
but
In
Nukia's
terms of
been
the buy round,
delivering
this
each
must be a
time
big
they
one,
move
right?
in this way.
Where are we?
Same
Okay.
position yet again for this match
Koi
up on
lose this,
top
they
of
have
the
to
logs.
eco.
The same Tiger goes through, the same response utility to keep them back, buy some time to dash in, the spray. This time good for Nukia again. He just can't be dealt with here. Another two, tripling up. There's no stopping.
Dude, how's that guy perma-flashed? He's permanently flashed. Nicely done from Nukia, especially the first two were really clean. Dude, the breach util here looked great. He was permanently flashed.
Clearing that spot. Because he didn't move. It was the same spot that they died to in the previous round. And
yeah, shout out to Ryan for this, because honestly, also their damage, the breach damage they do under here is really nice, where he can just stay on top and it kind of stops them from getting out. So yeah, I really thought the breach util was great on this one. Forced them down to eco 3 in a row, not too bad at all. Money's building up 7k, 6k, 5ks.
Yeah, that's not the way that Koi wanted to go into that site, and they definitely
got the classic, the absolute classic setup. The molly, the touches both edges, I think, on this. Yeah, looks good for it. Good lineups he's got for that. And turret to spot garage as well. So they're going to be, they're probably going to get wrecked a little bit. At least stops the first original wave.
But at least Wolfen now has a weapon to play with.
It's been consistent, solid C control. I mean, the pixel peak, when it's smoked, he just waits and then pops out some phantom shots through the smoke. Really annoying to deal with early on. Sure, you'll get your orb, but you'll pay the price for it. And damn well, that means 30 HP away from losing. Now, we've seen this aggressive push on A many times.
Oh, this might be nice.
They haven't really been caught in that
timing.
corner.
Does he get around the corner before it? Yes, he does, and no one wants to shoot us. I have no idea. They have no idea the person's short. That is so bizarre.
He's hearing the steps. The flash has got him. It's got him bad in a second. Oh, he's destroyed it.
Damn.
He's managed to follow up for more.
He actually turned both
Still,
flashes.
The trades, with all the control lost on short, Wolfen just welcomed himself.
Nukia has the ult for retake.
He's just dodging flashes like
got
it's
nothing to break him.
Like,
they got ult for ult if they want. There we go.
Basically not be blinded in either scenario. The trade-off of lockdowns slightly favors.
It's good own flash. They go early. They got no time for this. Can't go early there. You gotta respect it.
Well, they run in towards this one. I wonder if somebody's gonna get detained. I guess it doesn't really matter too much, as he has the defender of Wolfen in that corner.
Yeah, not like a nade or anything to push them out. Now you've got to hope for
Ooh, Hoodie had another smoke for this, so he kind of needed to smoke himself to prevent that from happening. Yeah, nicely done. Good reaction with the instant killjoy ult as well.
We're tied right back up, and while the
instant killjoy ult was the
they
one.
certainly figured out a way to get into A.
I'm still just bewildered by the fact that he manages to dodge both of those flashes. Like, because it's not even the point anymore where you can like shoot.
Wolfen's been popping, yeah. I mean,
just looking away,
this is kind of what we were promised from him at the beginning when they picked him up. This is what he used to do in Tier 2. And then he got into Tier 1 and maybe he was just super nervous.
A little bit of flair from Koi is enough to level up this score.
Oh my.
Once again, the spams.
What? He says a hill.
Just getting Wolfen. It's this back-to-back rounds.
And this recon. Dude, they keep changing up this recon, by the way. Like, Cloud is always getting scans off because his recon is just different every single time over towards A. Oh my. Nice Omen flash. Hit 3 here when they reactively tried to go for a garage. Honestly, I'm impressed with Hoodie. He's looking great on the smokes.
And now Koi have to do it with a man disadvantage.
God, he's popping right now.
Fake out a little bit and give
Okay, Shados can win the round still, though.
I have a timing here. It is being watched. Only
That's
for the
unlucky.
second, and unfortunately that leaves now Starzo in a pretty awkward position.
Oh
The
my,
rotation back
gee,
from
that
Shadows
was
will get absolutely
that one
nothing.
Looked incredibly easy, and it
Even
shouldn't have been
without
that
Nukia this
easy,
time, are
basically.
able to keep things relatively clean, and I'm not surprised that Koi
Yeah,
goes
it's a
straight
bit of
for
a rough
timeout.
one. As soon as they win one, they lose one. Lost bonuses down here. Money's not great. They have some money, so maybe they could work out some kind of situation where they get a pretty decent low buy.
I'm not surprised with Koi calling a timeout here. 4-3, give the lead away, but the way they're losing out on some of these rounds, at least, it's got to be frustrating. I mean, the A play works, but it's not really that repeatable. You still have to deal with that A long player, and apparently Sky Flashes weren't enough. Your C side, if you're not dealing with Nukia, they haven't had a way in. Both methods of entry relied on either a dash through from Wolfen or Goldamenta just straight up shrouded stepping to create the space. And when you've got a guy up on logs like that, it's not just a one-man C hold. It's a whole different kettle of fish. A lot to be discussed coming in this timeout for the squad of Koi.
Oh, I guarantee the Giants are going to have an earful of their own. They're never quiet coming out from
Do we
that
think
other
Barbot
side,
smiles
but,
today?
hey,
Maybe.
that's the thing.
We
I think
might
both
get
teams have
around.
things that they could have improved
pretty rare.
on, and especially getting caught out with some of the more aggressive A-long control in the previous round. But yeah, considering Pistol's second round went the way of Koi, Giants have done incredibly well to recover. As said though, last time out, it is difficult because we saw a 2-month break. So I want to say last time out was my main focus, but obviously that was versus Heretics, who in a very different spot, but it was a much better defensive side for Koi. So they could probably deal with a little bit less, but
it's the best utility to counter wall smokes. I mean, technically it's like a chamber with TP or a Reina or something like that, but yeah, recons are pretty good. Sky Flash is the best.
So far, it certainly hasn't been a confident game.
Sky Flash, KO Flash.
Spam attempts out of this Giant side, and it's just it's very annoying to deal with early rounds. Push into Garage. Nuke he's been punished decently for this.
That was nice. They swung with it just in case you're aiming at the floor to try kill the dog. Got the trade on it.
And now they know that
as in the dog, the trade on the dog.
That's back-to-back rounds. Nuke has died from spamming through a smoke. With a Vandal.
Damn.
And now actually Hoodie's been punished as well. He kind of
this is looking like a really good round.
Some spams of his own. Maybe this time it'll come down to Cloud. He's left completely blinded. This wall is paper thin. Even still,
man, he's so good.
Has managed to
Cloud is so good.
I'm not sure how, but this is now winnable.
Gets into a good position with the ult as well. Gets another tag. Oh my god, he hits 2 and he killed the most important. The solo carry round at the moment from Cloud. 3v5 back down into a 3v2.
And almost got 2.
He did so much.
Like that. Not a ton he could have done.
Plant. Does he have shock darts for the plant as well? Like recon goes in with the flash. And they got a scan off. Got both scans off. No one wants to shoot that.
Blinded for now, but they'll be able to find their target this time around. Starzo shuts him down. Left on a Coldamenta, 1v2. Cloud tagged, but look at that stun. It's perfect.
Oh my, that's an insane round. Okay, give this guy a race. Fair play, that was sick.
They steam into the lead.
We wanted to see the ace. It was pretty.
It would have been a nice ace from him as well.
He's the one who's got to stick.
You need a weapon.
You got to play this one smart. But we have just seen the individuals through multiple different rounds now stepping up for Giants. This is exactly what you want to see, especially again, this is not their map choice. After this, they're looking to head into Pearl, one where we saw them actually, I think was picked against them last time out. And they managed to take things over with a very convincing defensive half. Now,
Cloud won them that round, dude, straight up solo.
Pistol, second round and a single round in between, which mostly revolved around a Wolf and Bladestorm, making that difference.
Yeah, that Viper's pick gone from the previous round. Just such a tragedy to lose your hit to
5 in a row, all the buy rounds pretty much so far.
The chaos of battle, but
he's still spamming.
Yeah, it's not the turn. Oh no.
Breach or for retake. Hop over towards it. Okay, now they know with that. Are they just going to go fast because Killjoy normally plays solo here? Yeah, they do.
Stopping them on the C, pushes again and again, catching the dashes. And it'll be Cloud to help him out on this one. Everybody assisting.
Oh, I like that TP.
Quickly puts a halt to Koi's plans. I mean, they saw 3 players are on
that side
from the assist bar.
I like the idea. Let me get some water first. I do like the idea from Koi though to speed up. Right, they see the alarm bot. You know the setup once you see this alarm bot. It's normally a turret, alarm bot, and then just like mollies to prevent it. So they try to just insta hit the site while there's only one person here. It's just the fact that they like swarm the site so fast.
In a sort of shallow defense right now, in terms of sort of mind games, it does seem like Giants are quite far ahead. Now there is a big gap in this C site at the moment, but when you have a Rolling Thunder online, Giants are fairly happy to give it up.
I think they're just now making a decision on where they're going. They were assessing their options, grabbing control.
Recon goes in, doesn't scan this corner.
But now they're moving towards B.
He's gonna have.
The B side is wide open.
Okay, this guy's gonna hit that.
These 3 players on site
early
now,
rotate, especially with the B info.
that it's a B hit.
This is nice, they still have the wall to help. They get the plant just before that hits. Coutinho hit a really nice shot on the guy going over towards Garage. And Drone to cover this. One molly though.
Nobody whatsoever.
There's a chance for Trex to win this, if Hoodie goes down especially. The guys on site really want to kill Hoodie. Or just everyone else.
A snake in the grass, sneaking his way through this round, getting them a double, but the trade will eventually come through. Hoodie knows that there could be a repeak, so just attempts to find one as they swing, but still in that corner sits Shados, and now Hoodie's the only one remaining.
Wait, they won that.
Through for him, a little cheeky play out from Starzo as well, and they've managed to return this round to prominence.
Gorgeous stuff. Yeah, just that one guy sneaking in on the side. They put all the utility through, pushing them out of backside, trying to force fights. And they can't
that was
get
an
it
impressive
done.
round, to be honest.
Say, the fact that they start this round out by sending a human recon dart into the A site, Wolfen knew his life was forfeit 9 times out of 10 on those kind of fights. Probably doesn't even get the one, especially when, you know, we've seen it multiple times from Nukia. The spot he dashes into has a nano swarm sat
Starzo? Yeah, pretty much.
for him, beckoning him in.
He looks a lot better now. He's on.
Beautiful to watch some of these adaptations.
It's nice watching him on Sky. To be honest.
Certainly looking like a brand
he's one of
new
those players, though. It's like sometimes I think he's a little bit inconsistent, honestly, from what I've seen. His high, his like peak high is very high.
He's been trying, man. You know, he's been trying.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that is true.
Always responding.
There goes the flash again. This time they managed to take... No, never mind. There's been a shot through the smoke and it has killed off.
It's a nice trade in the end. So question mark is still here, though. And flash goes in. Okay, that's the question mark cleared for the attack. So they honestly know with this flash that they've actually created pressure over towards Garage. So we can see heavy setup with this. They fully are looking in towards this. Wall goes up. Cloud probably just gonna fall back. Cloud honestly here wants one of the smokes to go up. Right, he wants either of these smokes to go up so that he can play behind it with his recon, try get a kill. I like this move as well from Nukia in the 4v4. They know they're heavy over towards C, nothing over towards B, and he just pushes down towards middle. Might have had that alarm bot. Could ask for a smoke, but...
Instead looks for a fight. He'll be too late to get to site, though. Even this recon, shock darts coming through. Oh, good damage, actually.
Solid
Fantastic
damage.
Stuff to start that one out. But yeah, he's going to save the recon for a little bit later. Let his teammates group up and throw the drone out to help them enter.
He went out of range for like what? 3 seconds?
Now the lockdown might actually cause some problems, but more so he's going to sneak round first. Damage
The tank.
being done onto Golden. Flash is perfect as well.
Damn, bro. That's wild timing.
And Starzo once more is
So Shados went in for the hill, right? So then he was...
Cause a distraction. It's half checked, and now they need to try and clear this man. The flash through, it's labored, but he's still managing to find these kills again. They pull it back into a winnable position. Left onto Nukia, but the time's gone. Shados is just chilling. He's heard those steps. He knows that this is already over the line. It's way too far gone.
Nicely handled at the end. I can't believe they're winning some of these rounds. It's back-to-back stocks, though, really.
They are pulling these rounds out of the
Yeah,
depths.
hero play twice.
At 5-5 as well, just shy of that 7 mark you set for them starting out the map. You have to say, you know, they're not having the easiest starts to these rounds, but there's always that hero play.
And yeah, I mean, he kind of bailed out Shados here. Shados was low, wanted a heal, went over towards site for the heal, and then the alarm ball was down.
That's
and
the
then
crazy
just
thing.
solo plays it.
Starzo's repositioning, like that's the one thing I have to give this guy credit for more than anything else.
Okay, 2 rounds away.
He always chooses the right play. Like whatever that play
nice.
is,
I like this one.
it will always be the 1%. He's the 1%er right now.
This is the first time they've done this play though, so it might be a little bit too readable that they want to go heavy C, or at least the original plan was to go heavy C. That's very nice. And maybe shut down the raid boss as well if we think of the last 2 rounds.
True.
Well done to him. An unfortunate start, but this is very much being.
They hear the molly. They go close to hear the molly, so they know the setup. It's always the turret over towards here. It's always the turret molly. They still didn't kill the molly.
Every time Wolfen tries to take space, there's a nano swarm waiting for him. Nukia's utility has been so.
They're doing good at defaulting though, right? Every time they're creating a question mark in Garage, so that C has to be a little bit stronger. As we can see at the moment, we get someone in the OP spot against this wall, being able to spot the whole time over towards A, so they can hold one person over towards A, and
What is even happening in this game?
They pinged up that be careful of logs because of Nukia's position.
He almost just got another spam.
They need to be careful of the site. 21 HP.
Bro,
10
look
HP.
at the HPs from these spams.
And now they're forced out of the site, like we said. Buying time with that lockdown and, well, buying a round win with his kills. 31 HP between the final 2 players. They're running their way to B.
They can get a plant.
Hoping it's open. It is. They might even get a plant out
Oh
of
my
this.
god.
Drop Nukia,
21 HP, 10 HP, 2v4 into a 2v3.
Oh, yeah, they could be taken out by.
They would have to do something wild to win it.
This would be one of the greatest 2v4s we've ever seen, just because of the health points that are on either side. A patient position from Fatinho, waiting for his teammates to make their move in towards the site. Wolfen Has the right idea. He's going to find the kill, but the shot
Nice
dance
shot.
removed another.
4.
He has to try and do it all. Knives even going to be popped as he thinks he can win this. Unfortunately, this
I still think that was a nice try. I'm still
A
impressed
nice
that they managed to get that into a
once
winnable
again
position.
from Koi. They have been the clutch
Took a bit
kings
of gamble
so
going
far.
over towards B.
Giants are
Worked
at
out well.
least going to go in level.
Yeah, I mean, the second we saw that shock dart sailing in, it's it's going to dive your win rate way, way down. Not much that could
It was the second one, though. Look at
these
that,
kills
though.
like
Yeah,
that.
what are
I don't
those?
know how you're supposed to
The
combat
first one
it.
makes a little bit more sense than the second one. Second one doesn't make too much sense, really. They've just been... Maybe they hadn't been putting the smoke up, and that was the first time they put it up for a while since it had been there. Either way, that's wild.
It's 6-5. Giants
Yeah, missing a little bit on the last round, not too much though. These two are the only ults we're going to see.
On the board, operator for Fatinho, and this might be the first chance for a very early round. He's going through the snake bite. He's sick of waiting. His time is now.
Oh my, that looks so close to hitting multiple people. Yeah.
And not found this time. Koi undeterred though. They still want
Cloud has his ult though, and this guy's kind of scary with his ult.
Only with an SMG, so
I'll curse it right now. He's normally good for one at
Really
least.
fight in this one.
We'll
They're
see.
still going to be selling more of a ruse in towards the garage.
Koi
spot.
still trying to create
Haven't managed to
garage
clear out
pressure.
any
This
of the
time
utility
the one-way
though,
comes
so
in,
he is
and
not
that's
gonna
too
care.
much.
Nobody's rotating. In fact, they've even got their drone heading down long to check, but I don't think it's actually seen anyone. I think the Viper util will have denied any of that information. However, it also did confirm that nobody had pushed that far up, so Fatinho can reclaim this spot.
The heavy XXA from short.
They hope they'd sold the rotations.
that a
Those
thing?
Seekers, though, telling them they haven't. These players are close. One on long. The operator still ringing out.
Okay, they
Hides
realize
from
the
the
two
flash.
people are here. As they hear the
Looks
op,
for
they
the
don't want
fight.
anything
They've
to do with
already
it.
gone.
Running back
Koi
over towards here,
shifting
Cloud
focus
has his
towards
ult,
B.
so
The
this guy
rotations are
might
once
want to
again
try and
quick.
use all the
You have
U-turn,
two
force them in
players
gap.
ready to
Okay.
fight coming out of these smokes. Paranoia, good stun, even better. They can't follow up on it though. Counter utilities kept them back, and now the fight on the site stops the plant from actually coming through. Time down to 20. As the Hunter's Fury looks for another, it won't clear back sight.
He did stop the plant at least at the beginning though. Plant goes in 2v4 into 2v3.
A weaker weapon. Now all that's left. Called Dementa. Looks to grab the crown himself. He's
Oh,
got the angle.
oh god, I thought he might do that.
Maybe with a better weapon,
In
who
my
knows?
defense for the Cloud ult,
Not
he
this
was
time.
going for the planter and then the planter got
With
killed, so
Fatinho so low, there really was a world that somehow
Kinda
they would take this over the line.
contributed
But
to
Giants, I
that
think,
guy dying.
I want to say deservedly so. Will go.
It was I mean, this was a pretty good
at
half in the end. Everyone should be kind of happy with how it was in the end. I think Koi maybe got a little bit lucky to have so many rounds just from this guy.
I feel like Giants have earned this half, but I do also feel like in a lot of these rounds, it could have gone either way.
Well, Tom, we've had a fantastic first half, and it turns out we've got a breakdown ready. Vincent's halftime breakdown.
Ooh.
Right, here we go. You know what? You're asking yourself a little bit, how is it working out with a Viper on the defense side? Yeah, you've seen it from time to time, but how does Koi do it? Well, I'm going to tell you that right here, right now. We're taking a look at this beautiful wall, the most used wall overall by the Koi side of things, which obviously has a few advantages. What we're seeing here is
guard
obviously
wall.
that it has the retake kind of advantage. You also have yourself the denial over there on Garage. So it brings a lot of things, right? And you can play it a few ways. For example, when this wall is up and the turret is activated, you have the great advantage of a player going through that wall, obviously having this bit of damage that you usually get through a Viper wall, and therefore you can swing on a lower HP target. That is one way to do it. When we take a look at things, you can also do it a little bit differently with this wonderful tool right here, a nanoswarm. That nanoswarm allows you, once this turret triggers and this wall is up, to deal even more damage due to the wall. This is just one of the few things that you can play. There's one
Could have
variation
winning
to it,
kick-up
which might be
Na'Vi.
used a bit more.
I still have
Obviously,
Na'Vi,
Heretics
but
is not Giant,
man,
which
I'm
is
not.
this wall that is
I'm not
over here
convinced
towards
with
the A
them.
side, which is a
But they
big
should be
denial
fine.
for A-long,
K-Corp have looked too
A-short,
ropey on
as well
certain
as
maps.
B-main. So there's a few ways to play it, and I'm quite sure that so far Koi didn't show us everything. but they might teach
Kona,
us
what's
right
up, bro?
here
How we doing?
against
4 months
Giants.
with the Prime.
We'll see.
Appreciate
We'll
you,
find
mate.
that
Thank
one
you, thank you.
Well, we saw the attacking wall
Thank you so much,
used
bro.
to great advantage in terms of denying a lot of the early information over on the A site. Whenever you had the drone, the recon going through, it could steal that info right back, and obviously blocking out those retakes from A side in towards B. But really, this is where we've seen it used to greatest effect, like Vincent was highlighting. The defense has been scary. We've seen teams entirely avoid the C site just based on this wall.
Yeah, I think it is the reason, though. You've sort of seen that.
Do you think Koi can beat Na'Vi again in a best of 5?
Cloud, like,
with how Na'Vi are playing? Yeah, easy.
Well. I think it's going to be able to help him individually, but also this is something like, well, you basically have a player in Hoodie who is playing Viper for the entirety of the season except for one map. So
here we go.
I think if anybody's going to know how to play up against a Viper on a defense, it's probably going to be Giants.
Well, we'll see. As we go on into their attacking side, Giants, even the rounds that they've lost towards the end were incredibly close. You could definitely feel like this could be their game already. And with that kill onto Wolfen, same story. Close, but not quite there just yet. 8 HP as he falls back and probably looks for Starzo. Oh no, of course.
Okay, this is a slow one. Everyone's going to wait for something. Dude, while we're talking about Viper Wars, there's one more that I've always wanted to use. So say you're Viper on attack and you get down to short. Like this wall that goes across here. So you block all the vision from C that you can push up. You block vision in garage window, and you block like you can get to the front of B. I love that wall. I've always wanted to use this, but never had the potential. But again, it's like you have to get to short, so it's super risky, very situational. But it's kind of nice. Creates a lot of pressure. Doesn't seem that good, mate. That's a nightmare to play against in C and garage. Absolute nightmare, and B.
You can see that stone being held for further aggression. It's Fatinho who wants to peek on the back of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it as a default. I'm saying for one round. What a shot, by the way. The walk into B while this is going on, that was a really nice shot.
Taken out. They go for the plant now.
Now what? This is a hard retake.
Watch out, though. Never mind. Fatinho, he knows exactly where they're coming from. Although we'll go down to Wolf, and that player's
probably did enough. Nice reactive and flash as well on top of that. Yeah, this was nice pistol from them. Double. Okay, 2-0.
No chance. No chance in this one. Now the start, or the shoe I should say, is on the other foot. With Giants managing to get that pistol, it could have been a chance for Koi to almost thread the needle a little bit, pistol, even though Giants, I think, have been the better team. And now they've just been absolutely slaughtered within this pistol. As you mentioned.
Well, actually, when you look back at that attack half from Koi, they won pistol, eco, and then 2 hero rounds from Starkso. That's actually really worrying.
Last time they played, but we'll see if they can do anything a little bit earlier. A few Sheriffs invested into here. A much quieter performance from Trex as well. Bear in mind, he's been one of their best players throughout the entirety of this LCQ run. Right now, okay, sure, he's down there with Calder, but it's a little bit more problematic when it's Trex.
Out of there.
Yeah, oh no, it definitely is. And, you know, falling back on comfort maybe as we go deeper into this series. For now, more needed to be.
3k Wolfen, nice. That was kind of confirmed that round, right? You talk about the long one where he's here.
Looks like we're going walkabouts.
I think.
For Shados. He snuck into the corner, grabbed an advanced position. I thought maybe make his way towards the window.
Cloud on Na'Vi before franchise, yeah.
He might.
Ooh.
It'll be a little bit too late by the time he
This
gets
is nice.
there.
3 people here. They're not going to get anything unless this guy can do. Wait. Wait.
Oh, he's
the gun?
Right. He's taken one.
Got a flash. Smoke still up.
This is where it gets dangerous. Sure, there's players all over the site, but he has teammates coming in to help. They'll draw their eye away, give Starzo a chance, a flash, a second.
Got to do it all on this one. Oh, honestly, it was a nice try. There's some low HPs here as well. Tons of it though, just on, like, I actually felt there could have been a lot more done. But still really good. 2 gun rebuys, 1 armor. Sorry, 2 armors.
And every single one of these rounds, but this is where we need to see a response.
Yeah, I think that's right, Fio. He's
bonus round to go in the other direction, and it isn't the best of them.
If you were gonna build a super team, like he's a good person to look at who kind of isn't relatively. He's not one of the first people you think of, I guess. But he's very consistent, very good.
Into this round to see what sort of damage they can do. Nonetheless, you kind of expect Koi to win this one a little bit more cleanly. And right off the bat, an early flash outside A main in support of this push through from Wolfen. He has garnered a lot of information very early in this round.
I think just looking at the spike, you can tell this is going to be slow and steady. They'll look for some control, and Garage has been the spot fought for, trying to get past this wall. And again, they're kept back. An immediate reaction.
That's a strong,
the paranoia
strong Garage hold.
That was thrown through over on that defensive side. It's completely.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you for trying to get away from that. That looked scary as hell. There's everything thrown at that. A Viper wall, stun, turret. Got the one way as well.
To this spot of content. Now bear in mind, No one else is particularly close to this position. So Wolfen
Okay.
needs to get one and get out of there. He's actually going to go back for a little
great.
more. He's bought some time for the rotation of Starzo, but this does actually hand over
Pick
an
up another
extra
gun, though.
This
But I guess it was
three-man
guns from his
push becomes
teammate.
a lot more dangerous, and within that poison
This
orb
is
again,
this is
just
a
trying
oh
to
that
set up
was
lurk within all of that
a
extra utility.
team
I think the
flash.
CDO's
What?
about to be in trouble, almost. Manages to get the kill.
30 seconds left.
And with Nuke still alive, who knows what could be possible
Ooh,
now
it's a
down
lemon
to
team
just
flash.
Hoodie. 1v3, any extra damage would be nice for the side of Giants, but through the smoke he
very
goes,
nice.
and this
The
time
one thing
Cold
that
Demented is
I am seeing EMEA teams struggle against, and maybe I don't see the Americas, at least when I was watching Americas against play like against Guard. You know this smoke that hopefully we're going to see in this replay from Starzo? The Viper smoke that's like around the corner here. It's like on the floor there. Teams are struggling against that a lot, and it is a nightmare. Like it's so hard because everyone XX from long heavy, and then you got all of this free space to worry about, and you're also worried about them pop flashing through. You also have no pressure, like you also have nothing over towards short. It's kind of nice. Like a lot of teams are struggling. You kind of need to have someone short, but a lot of teams are so used to 5-person hitting from long that it doesn't feel natural. Kind of got to go back to like the old school where you have someone over towards short just watching this.
This is quite a bold spot to try and hold. Like it's very much one and done. If it's
Jolly,
not for
what
fact
the hell?
that there's a
You get
paranoia
unbanned
waiting
and that's
from
your gifted
Cold
sub, bro.
Just looking to set him up. The second
What
this turret takes a shot, Paranoia should go through. We'll see how many can he get. It's going to be the double.
Dude, that was a nice setup.
Almost
Turret, Omen
a third
flash.
off the back of that set play,
And
but
yeah,
Ryan
everyone
will
moved
stop
back
it
instead of
before it
moving
gets too
forwards
out of
there.
control.
Yeah, nicely done. I enjoy those setups. It's the kind of thing you're not going to see probably again for most of this half at least. It'll be a couple rounds of breathing space. It's not quite a nuke setup.
Yeah, you also kind of
Say that? Not a chance, bro. But I will say thank you for the gifted and welcome back, Jolly, for however long it may last. We'll see however long
Yeah, one of the
it
limiting
is.
factors for sure. We're still able to get some good value out of it. On the way back into the A site, there's nothing standing in their way. Going to plant, all but guaranteed, short of some major mistakes.
30 seconds left.
I mean, the retake won't be bad. You've got your smokes refreshed up.
Yeah, he's gone back, got the orb. Like that's the timing
nice.
for Rhyme. Like he basically realized, okay, there's nobody on this side of the map, so he's
Rhyme
managed
gets
to
his
get
ult
that
with his
rolling
plant.
thunder. That was the one sort of dangerous ult that could come online for this side, and on the other side of things, okay, a Blade Storm if they manage to get a kill, but he's just going to look to try and buy as much time as
Got
humanly
Omen
possible.
flash as well. Omen flash stun damage. Jesus.
They're going to burn up a lot of their utility on the way through normally, but
They walk contact
instead
in.
just
That's
fighting
actually
their
kind
way
of sick.
dry through the side.
They know that
Checks
they're going to
the angle,
reactively be
already has a
using the
Paranoia.
breach.
Still
Oh,
able to grab that kill and double up for more.
man, I like both of the
Oh,
plays
this
there.
is starting to look bad. The Rolling Thunder burned, but it doesn't really have the impact. It's all about this man being dry peaked down below.
Alright, I like that a lot from Giants. I kind of like that a lot from Koi as well. I thought the call here to just walk contact knowing that they had the ult most likely coming from long, even though it was from short, was actually pretty cool.
He is a split second away from being shot in the head with a Paranoia in
He
hand.
should have been. He was
Like-
caught taking his gun back out.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
honestly.
a bit
That's pretty much
ridiculous
it.
that he's been able to get away with so much, but hey, I don't think Giants are going to be complaining, and that's been one of the real standout players for me when it comes to, again, Giants going in yesterday. Hoodie was fantastic, and as said, up until this point, he was basically only playing Viper. We're seeing more depth with him picking out, I think it's Sky yesterday. the opposing emotions again.
Damn, dude.
10
That's
to
so
6
funny.
up. Bear in
Yeah,
mind,
he's
of
not
course,
happy
once
with the
again, this is
with the
Koi's
Wolfen
match,
clear
so
there,
they'll
I
have to
imagine.
head into Pearl in the next to see what they have on offer, and if I've learned anything from the side of Giants over these last few days and over the season,
you wanna
they are
ask
very
what
good
makes
at coming
Na'Vi
up
lose
with
yesterday?
adaptations, even though that game was
They're just
maybe a
not-
little bit closer than they would have liked when facing off.
They're just doing
against
random comps, man.
KC.
Okay,
It's
I'll
still gonna be one
I'll
of those
come in
scenarios
with
where you
both
say,
sides.
okay,
Okay,
I
I'm
still
coming
think
to
they're
the
gonna come
defense of
in strong.
Navi and saying
We
it's
spoke
very
about the
hard
pressure
to
on
go
a
to
player like
Tokyo
Coutinho, especially
while
coming
everyone's
into this game
practicing
up against
for
a
the
fellow
last chance
Spaniard.
qualifier. That's right. This is it, right? This is everyone practicing for last chance qualifier. They had to do Tokyo, and then they had to practice for last chance qualifier. So they got a lot less time, right? They had this is their flight home, and this is them practicing for last chance qualifier. So they have a lot less time. That's me coming into their defense. On the attack, they're doing some of the craziest comps with that amount of time, where they should just be going to everyone's like preferences in terms of like, oh, is this comfortable? Oh, what? CNED, you're not comfortable on Neon? Well, guess what? You're playing them.
I think they might already
Like, what's going on there?
I expect that.
So yeah, that's both sides of it basically.
To potentially fix a few issues.
Time.
Only
Comps are
needing
weird.
3 rounds and Koi needing more than that just to get back on level peg, and I think they've started to
And they keep
really
losing
like
multiple
this A-side
clutches.
already again,
Like I don't know what's going on there as well. Like they lose so many 1vx's.
Good start, more needed, and it's not found. The Blades just about whizzing past his opponents. The spike in hand, Rhyme should grab the plant. Nothing to deny this on the other side.
Maybe?
Paranoia
Nice flash.
perhaps to push up from
Nice
Shayos.
flash.
He
Oh
clears
boy.
under. He's got support up top, but the firing squad has no targets to take. They've already left the site.
Pretty
Instead, look
sure.
to fight their way back through incrementally with Utility Cloud found in a spot that he can't survive in, the spike being tapped, and someone has to step forward, step up, and step in. The spam is close. It's not
Damn.
close enough. Not
That's
just yet.
impressive.
It's diffused
They used the
right
smoke for the
underneath their
diffuse. The
nose.
extra smoke here on short was
Devastating
really cool.
round for Giants. That could have
Really,
been
really
the-
cool. So
the home
with this smoke,
stretch.
they now don't have to
But
smoke
now,
short to get
another
out,
lifeline
right? So
for
they use
Koi.
their smoke
I'm
down
almost certain
deep
that
over
UK,
towards short.
After they sort of did the sort of
That was
TP
actually
trade,
really
expected
cool.
them to, okay, they've let go now.
They should stop, yeah.
They've stopped. They've got it to half. They're going to now take the fight on short, and I'll just be that snake in the grass, the man at the end to sort of close out this round. Someone normally fantastic in those clutch situations, but not this time around. Koi are
Yeah,
gonna
that
get
was
their
a really
seventh
good round
close
actually.
one.
I'm not gonna lie, I love
On
that
the
a
other
lot.
side of things, finance is still available. In fact, Fatinho now has that.
It's a very
Void Storm.
important round for
I think
Koi
he's a
though. A
little
lot of
bit
these
angry
rounds that
about
they're
the
winning
last
have been
round.
super
He's out
close.
for
So it's
revenge. I don't
like,
think that Stinger's going to get too much action this round. He's looking
Yeah.
for someone to step up behind that smoke so he can take him
pretty
right down.
it's
But
pretty
it's
close
not a
to
pointed
being
attack
over.
From Giants.
It is
They're
pretty close to being
content
over.
to slow the pace across the map and look for some mistakes.
How do you
being
think
made.
that the tier 2
The only
teams
gap
could
being
be in tier 1? There's,
It seems
like if you're just
Koi
calling
will
all of the
feel that
franchising tier 1, there's definitely tier 2
because
teams
they've
that can beat
now
tier 1 teams.
stacked up a second player. It's gonna be
Definitely on
Thornton
set
making
maps
it
as well.
towards that C site, rotating tracks off.
There's not
potentially just
many,
wanting
but
his
there are some.
Utility to delay any sort of push back into B, and by the looks of it, I have actually got things spot on.
Especially
It's
on
gonna
like
be
the
that
right day,
rotation
right
back,
map,
and the Seekers
etc.
might just give the game away. The only thing will be they've left UK behind to destroy this ult.
Well, Fatinho's up and in. Again, that Blade Storm, the big factor to deal with, and Trex is quick to tear him down. Smoke on left side to cover off the plant. They still have to cross in
Keep
with
an eye on
the
this.
spike.
Keep an eye on this
No
Killjoy
smoke's
lag.
fading on the
For
other
the
side.
Killjoy lag to go in, they
A
have
little
to have people
disjointed, they
alive
have
to
fight
plant.
for it, and the brawls go
Oh,
their
okay,
way to
that'll
start.
do it.
Now, wow, so much space.
And
to
then
go in.
and then yeah, he cleared up all of A, and they cleared
Diffused,
through
just
this. Damn, this was actually
fully
really nice.
rotate safely.
UK's luck
They're
at
set
least
up
has
for
a lot of
3v2, post
info,
plant wide open.
and realized that they could just
haven't
straight up
seen
go
much
once
in
they got
terms
both of these kills here.
these
So that was
retakes
really
other
nice.
than sneaky
Oh
diffuses. It's
boy,
laboured, though.
4 HP.
Unusual from Nuke. He's normally
This
the
is,
one to
this
close
is such a
that out all
close
day long,
round.
even
Koi
if there's a
really need
smoke
to win
in the
this
way.
round because it feels like
Instead,
it's
they
done
now
after
know there's
this.
a player on
It's
that
most
flank.
likely going
Turret
12-7 if
down,
they
so
lose
not
this.
gonna cause him any more issues, but re-aggression.
That's unlucky
Ryan
timing.
could be
Oh,
a much bigger problem. No chance to react, and Calder with 6 kills
his TP.
to his name looks to try and clutch this one out. Ultimate actually going to connect.
Damn,
but he
they
might just be able to
connected
dodge
and they
it
see him.
instead. Tempted
Save
to
him.
try and teleport, but instead he's got to use everything he's got
Saving,
just to escape from this one. Giants just 2 rounds away now from taking
Yeah,
their
money's
opponent's
not
map
good.
choice, and again Koi sit looking to try and make a dent.
Now the Abuelo going to the C site to save those weapons.
How do I pronounce
He might have
Nukia?
been
I
one of
just
the
say
leaders
Nukia.
for
I don't know if that's
clutches,
actually
I
how
think,
you
matching
pronounce
the
it,
stats,
but the guy was in
funny
the
enough,
UKCS for
by
like
Boaster, who's again,
this is
season
like
on
5
season
years, man.
has
We
been
always
the
just called him
top
Nukia. I
clutcher
don't know
within
if it's
the EMEA.
I don't know if it's actually like
But
Nuki,
Goldamenta's been
but
hot on his heels
in
coming through
UKCS
LCQ.
everyone's called him Nukia.
That 1v2 is a little more than you wanted. After Wolfen getting caught on, what, 4 HP or something behind by a good position out of Rhyme. It could be a nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
for
same
Koi.
one.
Even just look at what they're working with.
Same
this
guy.
round, Tom.
TF2 to
so
CS
many
to
weaknesses for this
Valorant.
squad being brought through. They're going to try to make that up with numbers. 4 players on this A site early. It's a big gamble.
It's a
on
nice
map
recon.
like
They know
Haven
that he's stuck
to
in this
stack
corner.
up your whole
Needs to
squad.
at
3
least,
sites
oh,
they
at
can
least
go
do that
to.
one way.
But they
Oh wait,
believe
Omen flashed on
the
top of
ability
this as
Shaydos to
well.
lock
Oh
down the rest of
man,
the map. They
there
have
are
to
so
win
many
the fight,
people
so it
here.
comes down to it, and Starzo doesn't even have a chance.
Instant reaction once they realized that there was 4 people here. Goes over
Plus,
towards
look
C.
at this.
Straight
A
up
quick
retake. What we got?
response
Shaydos'
coming out
ult.
the
Does he
side
want to
of
do it
Giants,
early to buy
running
time,
and
or do we
gunning
want to have it for
into
the
this
retake?
C side. There's not really anything that can be done to
It's
stop
gonna
it,
be
but
for the
that might be
retake.
plan.
Not too bad at all. Still has... Is this turret? Is this turret still up? Yeah, it's turret still up. Turret up in garage, so he has full control. No one's going through garage yet. This is nice from them. Oh, they... Oh, guys, really? You went for this one? You really went for that one? That's...
Giants now just one away from taking Haven.
They tried to go for the surprise factor. They put the ult down and then insta run in, hoping that they were just going to be running away, or that they were going to reactively go to garage to try and break it, or that the Killjoy was up to counter it. There's a lot of theories. I understand why they went for it early, but yeah, he's losing his mind watching it. I don't blame him.
Their solution is to fight into the spawn, to have all those players, you take sight and you stay
5 chances, we said it might get to 12-7 if that round before was lost.
Out their opponent's map pick. Giants have made this one look easy. A couple of close rounds here and there, giving Koi a chance. No chance in this. The in-game leader already down. The Kingmaker. There might just be another king on the other side, hungry for that crown. Wolfen, has he bit off more than he can chew on this? The spike has dropped, the second kill, and almost more.
Did great. He did great. He did everything.
Trades it out. They still need to recover that spike though, Tom.
Yeah, it's in a horrible position. Shadows waiting. He's missed the window, but there's still a chance of more space, and the time being bought leaves it onto Nuke King. A master of the clutch. A man who's been in these situations so many times, has to trade out.
Killjoy's sending it. He's not going to expect the Killjoy to be there, because Killjoy should in theory just be watching the spike, so he won't expect it so close. Yeah, nicely done. Honestly, you would just expect a Killjoy to be holding far back with the spike.
I'll be honest, this climb back is going to need a lot more than what they've
5 down to 4.
3 individual rounds, none streaked together. And as you mentioned, well, they would need 5 in a row just to take this to OT.
Yeah, that perceived danger behind
that one's an easy ban. Natanzi, Jesus Christ.
The fact that Wolfen just snuck in the one spot that he could be in, the only place, and they walk into it with their backs turned. Obviously assuming with the contact they'd seen with the players pushed back in spawn, that, well, Wolfen was going to be one of those guys who fled the site, but he stuck around for the fight, and I bet Koi are thanking their lucky stars. They swim up into a 4-round gap, but that's, well, quite a bridge to cross before they reach an overtime. They're burning up a timeout on the
just
side
say this one's over. Sure I don't know, it hasn't been, it doesn't feel like it fully. That's the one. So maybe I'm casting that there, but it's like, I don't know.
Right now, they have a plethora coming in.
I think if Giants start going more towards C, then I'm feeling they close this one out. It looks a little bit weird over towards A. Feels like this smoke is causing them too much issue. I also think their retake's pretty nice on A.
For Giants further down the line.
Yeah, for Giants, this is almost a story within their own right. We've talked about the battle of Spain, but I feel like these orgs are in very different spots. Koi, the sort of late contender coming in, even just the creation of the org Giants. They've been in Valorant a long time, dating all the way back to early 2021.
Drone goes in. What is this reactive ult?
The first blow on their opponent's journey to champions. This time though, Viper's pick gonna be popped.
Oh, they got the Omen flashed out of them just before they popped this, and the Recon as well. So they saw the Recon flying through the air and they decided to pop this as well. So we like that. That was nice. They keep 3 people here though, so they did want to head over towards C. Now they got to change their plan. There's a lot of people here on C. Koi probably would have been fine. Look at the jet set up early towards A while this has gone on. I guess there was like a smoke flash early, probably to set him up here.
A little bit of room to step out on garage, but it's covered by utility for now. If you're in the shoes of Giants, this is a serious uphill battle.
Almost looking to fight into it, maybe just try and fake things out. And somehow, Cloud has actually managed to get rid of Shadows. This leaves a huge gap.
Reactively, this guy
pushes. You want somebody defending the Viper's pit, other than the person who
Ham Rhymer's watching it.
Was left with a chance, but the knive's not connecting. It now leaves Starzo once again.
This is interesting. They wanted to hit over towards B, there were two people here. They Omen flashed early, and because of that Omen flash, they now go over towards here. So maybe it would have been better to let them come into this. Say than that. Trex is owning it. Low time. Trex did incredible. That's the spike? No, wait. He can just run. That's incredible. Damage. They still stay alive with this. Trex is a god. Fair play.
That's the round we've been looking for, even keeping that snake bite deep into the round. He burned up the first one before the pit even came into play, using it to deter an early C push. The recon came through and he put down his pit. It looked like they were playing him like a fiddle on the side of Giants, that they would just easily take that round in their stride, but now they've ended up 3-0.
Yeah, the wall as well to just like allow him the extra angles was so nice. He even gets the assist on that one because the molly's down. Like his molly's so perfect. Pipson look furious. 3 chances from the original 5. They go fast with this. Good luck, Trex. Oh, that's... He's actually a god still. That's ridiculous.
There's no decay involved here. That's 14 HP done off of damage. But he is just about standing strong. And
here comes the heal as well. You want 100 HP after that? Honestly, he's got to get rewarded for that. Fair play. That was ridiculous. And they were spamming the whole time.
I'd also using an ult just to try and kill one man. I can understand after the last round, but well, 50 shields is all it's costing.
You crumble this Viper wall, and the setup gets a whole lot easier to play back through.
He hasn't put the Viper wall up since, by the way.
He's right back up. Now
he's literally kept the Viper wall down the whole time, so they think the back plat is cleared, and then he just pops it and jumps up. Wow, what a back-to-back sick 2 rounds from him.
2 rounds away from OT.
Oh, what a time for him to wake up. He was sat quite far below Coldamenta, not just a couple of rounds ago. He was really struggling in his own individual
This is impressive.
But the awakening of a beast, a man who's been a brilliant factor throughout this season for Koi in terms of the numbers, and even bringing back his duelist over the last couple of days. If they manage to drag this back, this is going to put a huge dent in the mental of Giants. They had this one signed, sealed, delivered. This was them going into their own map choice, up a map, 1 map away from making it to champions.
Excuse me?
A team that we already sat there going at the very beginning of the year like, they're in a good spot to make it to Japan, especially after Fnatic won lock-in. That definitely helped them out a bit. Now they've been given another opportunity by that same Fnatic. Everybody's loving them at the moment. But the fact is, you have to bear in mind, okay, Na'Vi looked vulnerable yesterday, but if they win today, it could be a completely different ball game, and who knows what Scream can do on his journey.
Dude, I'm still shocked after that replay. I didn't even.
That's one throne that might be too tough even for someone like Coldamenta.
Oh my god, Pipson is.
Times before, but this season feels different. And that lower bracket run,
5 chances down to 2. Last pause.
There for Giants. I couldn't agree more, Tom. I mean, even thinking about the couple of rounds.
Can I show the replay? If someone clips it, I'll slow-mo it at the end.
The last 2 on their attack side were incredibly close. You can see Giants easily be across the line already.
We got time, so it's all good.
To make the adjustments to deal with them, and they haven't been able to so far. This will be a different adjustment now.
We wanted to get on top of that early. Stun came in. That's a nice
start.
Oh, on top of this as well, heavy flood. Oh, they fight sight. What an insane flash, by the way. Oh my god. Oh, he tanked it, 30 HP.
Standing alone, low HP on Rhyme. Does he know Fatinho's tucked in the corner?
Oh my god. Oh my god, they're still in this. They're taking turns of just who's the savior. 5 chances down to 1.
Oh my goodness.
How are they still in this game? How are they actually still in this game? It's insane. The individuals are just going. The individuals are doing nuts stuff. Shout out to Starkso here as well. This insta flash over towards short was impressive. That smoke once again. Yeah, look at this. Just instant decision. Look how good it was.
They were expecting anybody to be that close. And then, of course, you leave Shados a 1v2. You bet your house he takes it. Rhyme's going to be infuriated, but for Koi, They are bringing this back. They are dragging themselves through these rounds.
Okay.
Is it a fake comeback? That's the only question I have. 1 round needed.
Recon
OT
goes down. It
on
gets
the
shot,
cards,
but they got to
Giants
scan
have
off.
got to be sweating.
Wolfen has his
tall
op.
not long ago, but now
Shados has
seems
his...
to be
Man, they
neck
got
and
some
neck.
good stuff. Trex one away from
One
his
more
ult
chance
as
to
well.
push this across the finish line, and if it goes to OT, I don't know who wins the battle, but the mental battle seems to be shifting in Koi's favor. Much like their season, they get into a lull. We're all ready to call it over, and they fought their way right back into it. 1 minute and 5 on the clock, and no movement from Giants. This is a squad that's taking every single step into account. They don't want to give any gaps to Koi.
Uh-oh.
Again, lockdown
He's not
in place,
expecting
so
this gap here.
Not really feeling the
Oh,
same
gets
need
away with
to
it. That's nice info.
dedicate themselves into this A site. They've set up that operator.
I like the push down there as well, because he's one away, first of all, and they're creating a lot of pressure over towards A, so he's trying to get map control. Also, that orb, if he got it, was everything. We get into sight. We have Killjoy ult to stop them planting. They stick it anyway. They get a little bit of a better plant for A main.
No, they're going to plant. Post-plant on
A lot of
A
this is on
instead,
Starks
leaving it
over here.
open for them. This could be tough.
Nice Omen
Paranoia's
flash.
landed, and there's a fight on the other side. Shados already on the double.
Damn, look at
And
these
this
flashes right now. Omen flash, Sky flash.
They look down and out. For God's sake, Giants' lead was undeniable.
Where the hell did this molly go? Okay, nicely done. Strong round, strong comeback. All 5, those 5 chances, fully done. Fully gone. Overtime. Holy hell. Just for fun, thank you so much, bro. Getting involved again. We got 2 gifted from you. Thank you so much, bro. We got RCJ and Mexo's Val as well. Thank you so much for that, just for fun. 162 altogether, bro. Appreciate it, man. Up to 162.
Not given, but earned, of course.
What a nuts comeback that
in
was.
this match as well. 5 rounds they were down. 5 map points Giant had on Haven. Now it's a level playing field. Dead even once again.
Wolfen gets... Nope.
They could still just win this
Okay,
next 2, and
I see you.
sweating a bit. It's a little
Wolfen
bit
considered
stressful, but
getting
they're
the
going
op. I
to
don't know
their
if
choice.
he
But if
or
Koi
the
win
team
these
told him
next
to
2,
change there,
not
but...
only have you given past champions the confidence they need, but for Vitinho and others, it might be history repeating itself once again.
He's been close. 2
Smoke
opportunities
goes
to
in,
push to
heavy garage
international
hold.
events in the past,
Vitinho's
both of
just
which
dueling up here with the
failed
turret.
at, but this one, a little bit of deja vu if Cole Dementa's the one dealing
I like playing up here with the turret, right? It's kind of nice because he can swing the guy window. Turret spotting window, he's spotting down here, and then obviously if the turret goes off, he can just swing the guy in window when they go to shoot the turret. So it's pretty nice. And potentially the guy's slowed because of the turret just tagging. This is nice. Question mark created in garage.
They're building something different on Koi.
They know that holds 3 people here. Now the op has to watch this, and Killjoy is about to clear this. So shout out to Nukia, just taking a straight up just dry peek into this one. He gets the info on this, and we might see a rotate coming in to make A a bit heavier. So that info from Nukia might make the difference. Yeah, how many people do we get here? Get 3, even the Omen's going. They might get 4 people in just from one play, from him pushing into garage. Yeah, there's gonna be 4 people here. Damn, look at that. Look at these smokes as well. Omen got an assist on every single one. And this guy was a silent MVP.
Well, it hasn't slowed down since we last saw it. Still tough to break.
Nukia pushed into garage, question mark cleared. They thought there wouldn't be 4 people here. There's 4 people here. They took a little bit of a gamble with it, but definitely paid off.
Might have felt like the hard work is done, but within this series, there's no doubt both of these teams desire that spot of champions more than anybody else. They don't sit there in many cases with
Koi got to do it again.
multiple trophies or
Is there a
anything
timeout? Okay.
to their names, and for both organizations especially, this is a chance for history to be made. We know that over the years as well, this task is only going to get tougher. There won't be maybe an extra spot every
Should you
single
watch the
time.
RRQ Gen G game?
There might not even be teams lower
It was
down. Well, we've just seen
okay. Like, it was
gentlemates
okay,
coming
bro.
through. They're going to be no slouches.
Like all
one
the
of the
games
best
were kind of
opportunities,
one-sided.
and especially
It wasn't
post
super
partnership
close.
to be at that
You should definitely watch the
champions.
Zeta game, but maybe I'm just like chamber biased.
It's going
But
to be something that these teams will never forget.
Salah, what's up, dude? Thank you so much, man. Salah with the prime. Hello, mate. 5 months. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing good, bro.
Very, very good when they've come in to their defensive sides.
Where can you watch them? That's a great question. If my exclamation mark was working on this keyboard, I would show you.
Switch to the attack and
But I'm sure someone in chat will type VODs at one point. It's a great question, though.
Defense rounds,
Thank you for it.
Really big clutches needed to keep them in it. And Giants,
whoever wins this match is going to champs, yes. So it's pretty much everything. Wait, we insta-dash on this? Oh dear God. That might be it. Vitinho dashes early, the molly's there.
This plant will come in.
Flash was good.
Not waiting for this squad.
Yeah, a lot of the time they've been caught out by someone getting a timing, somebody making a play through a smoke.
I mean,
them on the way through. This
how? How do they? What have we got? Trex has mollies. Smoke goes up. Molly goes close. We got another molly. Anything else? Molly goes. Oh, so they can't get out of from under. That's some nice stuff. Damn, okay, nicely done. Giants take it. They did the hard work, brought it back to overtime, and then Giants finished it off in the end anyway. Well, it was still a good game though. Yeah, just keeping everyone on their toes, it seems.
On the side of Koi, but in the end, they couldn't seize this map. Their choice. Now moving on to Pearl. The disadvantage is theirs, and Giants